Okay, let's take a look at evaluating reports and data using different periods of time. So you see, when you're in the dashboard, so when you log into your Kulea account for the first time, see at the top there you have a date range evaluator. And that's consistent throughout most of Kulea's reporting capabilities, with the exception of campaigns, because campaigns is reporting on a campaign activity rather than a date range. So let's go and open up reports. Left-hand side, and you see there's a huge range of reports there. Let's look at web page views. So bearing in mind this is our dev account, so there's not a huge amount of activity on here, but let's go through it anyway. So first thing that's worth noting is we're looking at now. So what does now mean? Does it mean this very second? Does it mean the last hour? Well, actually in Kulea terminology, now means it's the last 6 hours of activity. So we'll evaluate the last 6 hours if you select now. Today runs back to lunchtime yesterday, so it's a longer period of time. Last 7 days, last 28 days, this month, last month, fairly self-explanatory terms there. There we go. So we can see activity taking place in our dev environment in the last couple of days. So let's go back to now. What if you have a very specific period of time you want to be looking at? Well, you don't have to use one of our time periods. You can apply a from and to period. Let's just say I want to be looking from 10 o'clock. There we go. To 11 o'clock today. There we go. We see the activity there. We've had 11 anonymous views and 1 known viewer. It's worth noting when you're looking at your Kulea data underneath. Let's move this to the side. We'll see here, for example, Kulea.ma website visit. Let's expand that one out. There we go. And we can see that Testy McTest face 534 test at Kulea.ma actually visited our homepage over that period of time. If I want to export that data, I just click the export button there. If I want to view a little bit more about Mr. McTest face, I can just go in and look at his CRM data. I can look at his behavioral data and see what he's been up to. And he's been clicking on email campaigns. He's been going to Calendly. He's been doing all sorts of things. So he's clearly an engaged user. If he was a real person, he would be an engaged user anyway. And there are these web page visits that we're talking about down here. There you go, visited Kulea.ma, visited the blog, all these sorts of things. Okay, now just pointing out, he visited the blog, so visited the homepage there at 10:14. So that visit is included. We're only evaluating from 10 to 11 o'clock. So for example, whilst he did go to our blog article on cutting the cost of carbon from email campaigns, because we're evaluating from up to 11 o'clock, and he visited that page at 11:01, that page visit is not included in this report here. Okay, I hope that makes good sense. You'll see the same interface on all the different reports. If I go to web page views, if I go to landing page views, all that sort of information is there. And this will stay the same. So there's no activity there at all, no form views, no downloads, until you change it back. There we go. Then we can see then suddenly you've got data being pulled. Okay, I hope that's nice and clear, and I look forward to speaking to you again soon. Bye for now.